Hello everyone, my name is John Bussard. I'm an HPE Business Transformation Center engineer for Ingram Micro. I help support HPE servers, blade system storage, as well as Aruba networking technology solutions. In my videos, what I like to do is show you a slide from a popular PowerPoint and demonstrate to you what that means within a management context. But today we're going to do something just a little bit different, and we're going to unbox an Alletra MP based HPE solution. Now, one of the things I would like to point out is I see a little bit of a blurring of the lines within the HPE marketing material. And this slide kind of shows that. On the top it says Green Lake for block storage with Alletra MP. A lot of times in the marketing material I'll see them actually remove the Alletra MP on it, just call it Green Lake for block storage. But as long as you know that really Green Lake for block storage is the management plane for this solution, the cloud-based management plane for this solution, right? And Alletra MP is the hardware-based piece for the solution. You have an understanding of what they're going for as far as the marketing material, right? I'll give you another example of that. The solution is going to be deployed as a DHCI solution, or disaggregated hyperconverged infrastructure solution. And if you didn't know, Alletra MP has been added to that solution set. And if you don't know what DHCI is, basically that's a hyperconverged solution that doesn't rely on software-defined storage. We actually use a physical array, but you still get all the value that you would get out of a hyperconverged solution. Anyways, what I've seen them do is a lot of times they'll talk about the DHCI solution, which in our case is going to be the Alletra MP and some Proliant servers, right? They'll call that a private cloud business edition solution. Right, so the reason why they do that is because, again, that's the cloud-based Green Lake management plane, the preferred way of managing this solution up within the cloud. Right, and the hardware platform would be DHCI. So that's how they're defining things. They're talking about it as the Green Lake management tile, as well as the hardware-based platform. All right, so let's talk about the Alletra MP and what makes it special. One of the things I will say is the solution's built off the 3-part legacy of solutions that are out there. Now, it has certainly been rebuilt from the ground up, and again, but that framework gives us some particular advantages. So in the case of these solutions, you get a 16-core or a 32-core version of this, and obviously more cores is going to equal more performance. But with 16 cores or 32-core based solutions, you could add extra storage shelves, or what they're calling JBOFs, just a bunch of flash. Yes, these solutions are all NVMe based solutions, right? But you can add extra storage shelves, but you can also add extra controllers. So the base solution always comes with 2 controllers. Obviously you want that for redundancy, but you have the ability to scale all the way up to 4 controllers through a switch-based fabric in this environment. All right, so you can scale up as well as an out. Now we're going to be unboxing the 8-core model. The 8-core model is really made to hit that very performant as well as economic price point. So our solution doesn't have the ability to be able to scale as far as extra storage shelves or as well as extra controllers. Right. So that is the Alletra MP based solution, or what we're calling HP Green Lake for block storage. Let's go and unbox this solution. All right, here's the top of our Alletra MP storage system. Obviously I've split this open and I've looked inside, as I do with all my videos, but I put everything back in the way you should find it when you go to unbox one of these systems. What I will tell you is that this system is based off an 8-core Alletra MP, so we won't be doing much expanding with this one, but this should still give you an idea of what the head node looks like. Right off the bat, and I kind of like this, this is going to be a very important document that you need. It's your EON number. This is what's going to help you get registered up with the Green Lake Cloud Platform, DSCC. This happens to be an Alletra MP-based DHCI solution, so we'll be using not only block storage, and we'll also be using PCBE, or Private Cloud Business Edition. In the past, this used to be just a white, unassuming envelope in this box, and now I'm glad it's kind of made right, so you can pick it out real quick. In here, in this box itself, are some rack rails. If you've done HP before, these rails wouldn't be anything that's, you know, out of the ordinary that you would see. You're just going to kind of pull them in the rack, kind of slide them out, and they're going to click into the rack. So these are pretty typical rails. Over here we have a bag of components. I think we'll go through this bag when we look at the top of this, because there's not really a lot to cover up there, but we'll take a look at this bag. As well as this bag here. I'll talk about some of the components that are in that bag. We have our left and right power cords, color coded for 2 different power feeds. We have our face plate right here. This will kind of complete the look of our Alletra base system, our MP. So this comes out here. This foam comes out over here. And here. The last box I'll point out is back here. Alright, so I'm not going to go through this too much. This is would be your cable ties or cable management box. If you want to know a little bit more about how these bits and pieces all kind of go together, what I would say is go up to infosite.hpe.com/welcome center, or you can just search HPE Welcome Center. And up there they'll talk about the physical installation. They'll show you exactly how all this kind of connects together. All right, but it isn't anything too crazy. Alright, so we got some protection on the front and back of the system. I'm going to take this out and then we'll continue on our exploration. Alright, here's the top of our Alletra MP. I'm going to pull out a controller in a second, but let's investigate what was in those bags. This is the first part of the bags. 2 bags we had in the system. So these are just ears that go along the front. We'll snap them on when we look at the front. Over here is a Oculink Ethernet cable. This is used for setting the system up or discovering the system. I'll take its wrapper out and I'll show you where that plugs in a little bit. Looks like there's some ears. Some rudimentary documentation, and zip ties as well as Velcro straps. A couple different sizes of zip ties here. Alright, so let's take a look at what was in the other bag. So this is a bag within a bag. So in here, and this isn't with all the systems, but if you choose to do your discovery of the system via the mobile app and Bluetooth, this will be a USB-C cable that'll go in the back. Again, I'll show you that in a little bit, and this will be the Bluetooth adapter that'll go in there. This is just a bag of serial cables. Looks like they have a USB to serial as well as an adapter block with an Ethernet cable if you do it that way. Chips are down, serial ports for your savior. Some rudimentary documentation. And then the last little bit are just labels that you can put on your rack to designate where you may want to do expansion or help you to organize your deployments. Alright, so let's pull out a controller out of this guy and have a look. place that up top here. Give you guys a good look. You can open it from back here. Now, interesting enough, this is a transparent piece right here where we could see our fans down below. Fans are blues, that means they're cold pluggable, obviously. Alright, but there's a fan in case you care to see it. They say they are max performance fans. Over here we have a couple of M.2 drives. I assume that's where the OS is installed on this guy. Here's our single processor. Again, mine has 8 cores on it. Looks like each of these are 32 gig sticks of RAM. These will be what they label as OCP slots. I don't know if they're fully compatible with what you see in Reliant servers, but that's what they're calling it. It is an industry standard. I have 1 card in these slots. This is going to be an iSCSI unit because, again, it's a DHCI config. Let's see if I can get this guy out of there. There you go. Right, take a look at that. So again, the iSCSI card will be plugged in over here, or for replication interfaces. You'll see that over there as well. Right, there would be other cards down below if this was a solution that maybe had 16 cores or something that they would have expandability onto it to where you get the extra controller nodes. So controller nodes beyond 2 are done through a switched fabric. On the back end, there will be a 100 gig connection between the 2 controller nodes to be able to provide you with enough performance in order to be able to feed all the back end storage. Alright, so let me put this back in the slot and let's take a look at the back of this system so we can see these ports. Alright, let's push back in our controller here. Let's bolt it on down. Right, over here was that 1025 gig iSCSI adapter. Like I said, this was Private Cloud Business Edition, so it would be based on iSCSI. As a recording of this video, again, that's the card. You've already seen it. They'll put the iSCSI cards over here. Generally speaking, the fiber channel cards would go over here. And these 2 slots are for back-end connectivity, whether that's to a JBOF, just a bunch of flash storage enclosures, right, to expand this, or this can go to a switched environment where you could have another 2 controllers and expand this outward as well. So the solution could expand up as well as out. But like I had mentioned, this is an 8-core system, and we're just looking to demonstrate a little bit, so I just wanted to have something available to be able to show you this environment. So if this was a 16-core or 32-core system, these would be populated, waiting for you to be able to expand this solution on out. And obviously this is doubled down here. Some other ports. Over here we have the admin port. That's what you're going to set an IP address on if you're going to locally manage. That'll be there. There is an ILO port. There's actually a USB ILO port as well. This is used for certain configurations, not for the one that I'm using, or is this the HCI install. And over here is the serial port, or what they're calling a service port. Okay. Over here is a couple different connections. This is the Discovery module, the CDM module. In that module, you're going to put one of 2 things. There is this Oculink cable, so it has this, what it looks like is a skinny display port connection. That can plug in over here. Then this goes to your Ethernet network. Or, if you want to discover via Bluetooth and the mobile app, you would take this cable here, right, and you plug in this Bluetooth adapter. Right, this is optional. Right, and then you plug into this USB-C port. Right, so that's a way that you could discover this as well. And that'll be for the initial setup of the system. Right. Down here is the power supply. Let's see if we can get this guy on out. It's a quite long power supply, so let me pull it out and show it to you. All right, 1600 watt power supply. There's two of them, obviously for redundancy. Alright, so that's the back end of our Alletra MP, or what they'll call as Green Lake for block storage. So that's something I should bring up as well as kind of the talking point of that. So Green Lake for block storage is actually a tile that's up and within Green Lake. Now, if you, like I've said before, if you look at Green Lake as being more of bringing the cloud experience to on-prem hardware, that could certainly be the cost model that's wrapped around Green Lake, but it's also a management plane. So up there is a management plane, and there's a tile up there. It says block storage. That's why they say Green Lake for block storage, built on Alletra MP. Like I had mentioned, this is a DHCI configuration. Right, so DHCI built on Alletra MP, or what sometimes they'll say is Green Lake Private Cloud Business Edition, or PCBE, built on Alletra MP. So I see some of the marketing slides make that a little bit confusing. I hope that straightens it out a little bit. There's the hardware piece, and then there's the Green Lake management plane that's associated with this. All right, so let's take a look at the front of this system. All right, so here's the front of our Alletra MP based solution. Over on the side and the ears, we do have these covers, which I took out of those bags that I showed you. I don't know if you can see, I'll turn this sideways a little bit. We do have the screws that are over here that screw into the rack. Keep everything in place, and then these just cover that up. Over here we have an asset tag, serial number and things like that. I have the minimum config of 8 drives. Again, this is just for demonstrations within our lab. You can upgrade drives in sets of 2. Keep in mind though, you want symmetry, so if you have multiple shelves, you want to take that into consideration. Also, if you have multiple controllers, because obviously we could have a switched environment where we could have another 2 of these systems with controllers on the back end. In that case, you'd probably want to add, the same amount of drives on both controllers as well. Take out a filler panel, maybe look at that a little bit. Okay. And then the finishing piece, the faceplate. Pop that in to complete the look. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more videos.